Hello guys, so today I'm gonna be showing you how you can make this just with your phone and some free computer softwares. Okay, so hope you want to learn this, and I'm really happy to teach you. And it's Enose here for One Focus. Alright, I'll be seeing you guys very soon. Hello guys, today we're going to be doing photo scanning with just our phones. You all need these free totally awesome softwares, and of course obviously you're gonna need a mobile phone, which is it's probably not free, but if you have anyone, just gonna grab along. And this tutorial is just gonna be very simple and basic. If you have any questions, write it on the comment section below, and at the end I'm gonna show you something really cool and awesome, so make sure you watch it to the end. Alright then, see you guys then. And please guys, do not skip ahead, okay? So this is what we're gonna be making, something like this, equation or something like that. This is the mesh. We can just begin by taking what you want to snap and just using a phone and getting about 80 to about 100 pictures, 360 round the object. And when we're done with that, we're going to just get the softwares from the internet, CMVS, PMVS, GitHub, just right there, and you just open GitHub, and you can see that it's an open source software, so it's free, and you can just go there and download zip. And I think when we're done with that, we just get the next software, which is Visual SFM, I think so. We just get that, and yeah, you could probably see some pages. This one looks, I think I want to click that and see what happens there. Looks quite inviting. Oh yeah, this is the documentation for the software. We don't need that, we need the software itself. So you can see visual structure for motion system. We have different kinds of files. If you have an NVIDIA CUDA, you can install the first one. If you have Windows 64, just regular AMD or whatever graphics card, Linux, Mac, it's all in there. Just get what you want. When you're done with that, I think we're gonna go for MeshLab now, because it's what we're gonna use for some pretty nice work, and it's pretty useful. You see, we have two pages right there. This is the MeshLab official site .net, meshlab.net, but I didn't actually use this, so I don't know if I'll use that. I'll just use one from searchforce.net, because I've tried this and it works for me, so I don't know. Probably should get the same, because it might be a little bit different. I don't know. You just try and see what happens. So you just click download there, and it downloads to your system. And then we're gonna, of course, get some Blender, or we can just go to blender.org and get it from there. And I think this is pretty much all we need for now. Yeah, so okay. Okay, so by now you should have downloaded everything in the same folder. What we're gonna do, we're just gonna extract everything out in the same to its separate folders. So we're gonna try and see what we can do with this. Just open this folder here, 64, just open that, and what you can do, you have to copy everything here. You have to paste these files in the other software, Ctrl C, and you just go back. Okay, yeah, Visual SFM. We paste everything right there, Ctrl V, and then we just simply open Visual SFM. This is the way it looks like. Okay, we're just gonna simply open the images. So we're gonna click that image, just click one and press Ctrl A, then open. It takes some time, but soon be done. Okay, so pretty much, okay, that's it. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna recompute the, wow, that's pretty fast, 0.0 seconds. Once you click that, you go to SFM and reconstruct the express point. Just click that, and it should take some time. But what it does, it has a real-time display of how it's constructing the sparse points. In 3D, it's really quite nice. And it's pretty strange how it does that. How does it do it? Okay, so right now we are going to move on to the next step, which is we have to then reconstruct the dense points, which is gonna be like polygons. We're just going to save it in the same place where we have the other files for the sake of neat keeping. We're gonna just name the folder photo sc dense. Okay, then we're gonna name the file photo dense. Okay, then it takes some time. It takes a lot of time, so just go and come back. Eventually, when it's done, this is pretty much all you need for Visual SFM. This is what you need for the software. It's done pretty much everything. See how it looks like. You see, it has it in, and it's pretty nice, actually. And I think, yeah, that's pretty much it. But what we want to do now is you have to make sure you have installed your Mesh Lab, because it's where we're going to next. So if you haven't, you have to install it and follow the instructions and install Mesh Lab. Okay, alright then. Okay, now open Mesh Lab, go to File, Open Project, and we just have to locate where we saved our dense file, which is in my case this folder. Yeah, just open one, should have just one. Then we're going to delete the extra points we don't need. We're going to use the left mouse to adjust the view and select all the vertices we don't want and just delete everything. Okay, now we're going to click that to open the layers dialog, and we're going to open import mesh from file and click open. Okay, therefore I think that's it, but we have some extra points that we don't need, so we're going to adjust the view by holding Control and left click. We're going to adjust and select the points and delete the extra points that we don't need. And then click delete, and then I want to delete the extra points right from that first layer. It's not that important, but I just want to make everything look very neat, so I'm just gonna do it. So the same way we did, after we're done, click delete. Okay, so Control left click, you can use the scroll wheel to zoom in or zoom out, and go to filters, point set, and the last one there, Poison. We're gonna increase the size to 12:7, click apply. Okay, now we have successfully made faces for our points. Therefore we're going to just we're going to hide those two layers first of all, then we're going to delete the extra faces we don't need. So we'll rotate the view and we're going to select that. I'm going to select, we have to go back to the correct layer, which is that layer, and we're going to drag and select all the faces we don't need. Let's drag it there and click delete. So we're going to tidy this up, just get it done. Yours should be better than mine because I'm in a hurry, but you get the point. Just make sure you have something that is neat and okay. Although if you do like the roughness, you can leave it anyway, but I don't think it's a good idea, and it's okay. So we just delete that to subtract. We use shift subtract and control to add. Okay, now we can see that this face has a lot of polygons, a lot of points. It has about 1,000,000 points, and I think that's too much. So the way we reduce it is by simply using a filter, which is in filters, remeshing, simplification, and reconstruction, and we just click that. Yeah, that's one. Then we reduce the size to about 700,000 because 1,000,000 is too much. This is still quite plenty, but it's better than what we had before. And when we're done, we're satisfied, we click apply to reduce the number of faces and polygons. Okay, I think that's better. Now we are going to simplify or clean up rather the polygons because we don't want the textures to become awkward and weird when we actually add textures. And after we do that, we're just going to go to filters and texture, and we're going to click the one that has the plus texturing from registered rasters. We're going to click that, and we are going to increase the size to about 8,000 to increase resolution of the texture and change the name to something familiar. Okay, and we're done. Click apply, and therefore you go to file and you export it as an OBJ. Make sure you untick normals when you're exporting the file. Okay, so now that we're done, we're going to open blender2.8. Okay, deleting that cube with X, and we're going to import the OBJ file that we exported with MeshLab. Just have to go to where we saved the file, import. You have to rotate the file. You have to rotate the mesh by clicking R twice, and we see that the origin is changed. We go to object, transform, and origin to geometry to move the origin to the geometry, and then we just move that to somewhere. Okay, and we can see how it looks like. Not that bad. Change that to cycles, and I'm going to use my GPU. Then we're going to add the texture which we exported also with MeshLab. We're going to go to Control Shift A, sorry. And first of all, we have to add a new node. Okay. Now we're going to delete this type use. We want to use the PBR, which is nice and it's new. It's kind of a new feature for Blender, so let's try it out. I'm going to go to image texture and plug in the image to the color and open it. We'll look for the texture that we exported. If you have this one, you should have this one. I wonder why I have two. Okay, so yeah, you just use Shift Z to render it out and see. So you can see so far it's okay, you know. It's just okay. Not that bad. Looks pretty good. Looks okay. Now it's okay. When we Shift Z again to render this out, and you know we have these options to play with the specularity. You know, we can just play with whatever we want, but we're gonna add an HDRI now. So we're going to go to environment texture, and we're going to click. Just look for where you have any HDR image, high dynamic range image. We could adjust the strength, but I think I'll leave it like this. So you can see it takes a lot of. It's quite slow because I'm probably recording and trying to render at the same time. But Anytime soon. It should be done now. Take some time. Okay, so we can see it's okay. It's a little bit rough, if you ask me. A little bit rough, but this point did come out a bit, so I will try to push that in. Just going to select that point, that vertex, change from global to normal, and then we move it based on its own coordinates. We just move that using G and Z. Okay, just move that into a line right there. Not too bad. Like I said, it looks a little bit rough. Let's click smooth shading. That's soft a little bit, but yours should look quite better than mine. It should. Okay. You should take your time to do this. I'm just pretty bad. I'm rushing. So we just try to arrange the polygons. Okay. We're gonna use the camera view using Control Alternate 0 to lock the camera to this view. Not lock, but position the camera. Okay, so what next? Yeah, I think that's not too bad. Yeah. What next could we play with? And we could just add in an empty. Use Shift A and add in an empty axis. We're going to scale down with the S. Move it right down there. We want this to be the focus for the camera, so we are going to go to the camera, click that, and click the empty. So therefore the camera now sees the empty as the focus. So we can adjust these settings to get different results we want to. We're gonna just open this same file with 2.8 that has EEVE and some updates. Let's see how it fares here in 2.8. Open let's use cycles and see how it looks like first of all. Let's compare. Yeah. Okay, let's use EEVE now. This is a real-time render engine, so it should be faster. We just have to reload the texture. It happens sometimes. Just have to reload the texture right there, and you see it's pretty fast in rendering. It's not that bad. So what next are we gonna do? Probably make it look a little bit more decent. We can always play with this as we want, but I'll just leave this 0.5. And yeah. So, but I do not like that extra place it created. I'm gonna just delete that. And don't forget, this is just a mesh. You can always go in and sculpt and move things around if you don't like it. So, but it's not that difficult anyway. Just delete the vertices by using X. Okay, just select this X, delete vertices. Okay. Alright, I think that's it. So therefore, what next now? Okay. Oh yeah, we have to redo that again. It happens. I'm sure it's a bug. So we can play with some of the settings that EEVE has to offer, which is down here. You see a lot of them. We could try blue. Oh, that's just beautiful. We have oh, it's pretty nice. depth of field or motion blur. And that's just instantaneous, you know. You could adjust the focus, depth of field in the camera settings, depth of field. Do that by probably reduce the f-stop to get more focus. Alright, now you can see what happens when we reduce the f-stop. We have a more cinematic effect. So if we move the empty around, we would notice that the focus changes because the empty is the focus for the camera. So if I use G and Z and move G and Y, on the y-axis, we could see how the focus changes based on the location of the empty. So that's what we could try out. And if you just play around with the settings, blades, rotation, ratio, and the rest, you know, just try stuff around. I don't waste too much time, you know. Okay. So I think that's pretty nice, but looks okay. You can always come and play around with all these settings, you know, but it's okay. I don't think I have need for this now. You just look at the view, and I think we should reduce the bloom a little bit. It's a little bit too much. So okay, come here and reduce the radius of the bloom, threshold in E, pretty much like a threshold, you know, if you know how cameras work. Okay, some of the stuff, it's kind of like the exposure also. Now we can adjust the focus. I'm gonna try and animate this by hitting I and clicking location, moving the timeline to somewhere around here, clicking I again. And so we have to move it first. So we just move it on the y-axis somewhere around there. Yeah. And use I and location. So see, we have 2 frames on the timeline. Play and see what happens. Yeah, but it looks too slow. We're gonna move that close a bit. Yeah. And then we try to move the overlays. So we just see how it looks like purely, and that's beautiful. It's beautiful. Yeah. Let me try and animate the camera. I know I have been having some issues with animating camera in 2.8. I think it's a bug, and it should be fixed eventually. But no, it's something that I have been trying to do for some time now, but it's quite not so straightforward as it normally should be. It's definitely a bug, I'm very sure of that. You can see how it looks like. Looks okay. Then we can click I and location rotation. And you can see that the keyframe has suddenly disappeared from the first frame, which shouldn't happen. Try that again. Okay, just move it from here and location rotation. Now you can see it just holds the frame. This isn't supposed to happen, you know. Well, I can't expect too much. This is the alpha version, so a few bugs here and there. I did fix it when I did my. I don't remember how I did it. I think I remember how I did it. I just rotated the view. Let's see if that works. Okay, somewhere around here. Okay, then I keep I again and available. Oh no, it didn't work. Okay. I think it will be fixed eventually. But yeah, you see how it looks. It's not that bad. And it's in real time. It's really nice. Let's try this. Will it work? Will it? Nah, it doesn't work. Why not? This has to be a bug also. Huh, strange. It should work. Let's try. It doesn't work. Seriously? Wow, that's pretty strange. That has to be a bug. Because of my HDR error? I don't really know. Let's put on volumetric, see what happens. Yeah, nothing too noticeable. Yeah, what about this? Will it work? Yeah, it did work. It used to crash when I tried it before, but guess it's working now. Let's hit F12 to render it and see how it looks like. Yeah, it did work. That's amazing. It did work, but I don't really like that look. A little bit too much for my taste. Okay. I think that's just okay. This one is not that good because I just wanted to show you how it's done. So when you do yours, you should make sure it's very good. Hit F12 again to see how it looks like, so you can see the final render. And it's not bad, it's okay. Okay, but I do have the file that I spent some time with, and this looks a lot better because I took my time and I did it a lot properly than what I just did. But you could get the blend file from the link in the description. You can see I played around with the filmic, render, exposure, no, not exposure, but the curves. You can see it looks a lot better. So you could get the file and for any amount, but whatever you give, it's going to charity and it's going to be used for humanitarian needs, those in crisis, those hurting. Whatever you give is going to be spent very well, to help others. So I believe you could get a file and enjoy it, but you're helping someone, so you're blessing someone. So look forward to. Alright, so I'll see you guys later, and watch out. Okay, guys, I thought that I will just do a little bit of what I did before, but this time in Maya. Some people have been asking about Maya and how Maya is. Maya is okay. It's not that bad. It's good actually. It's very good. It's used in industry, but me, I don't see much difference with Maya and Blender anyway. So I personally use Blender more than Maya. But anywho, just to show how things are done, this is the interface of Maya. This is a pretty it's basically what Maya is. And if you are thinking of switching, I don't know what to tell you, but I don't really see much of a difference. So if you want to work in the industry, like, you probably want to use Maya, but really I think in the near future Blender is coming up, so it doesn't really matter that much anyway. But you could learn Maya. This is a student version which I got from autodex.com. So I just imported the mesh, the OBJ mesh, the same way I used the same way I did it with Blender. I'm just gonna rotate it and give it whatever material that's necessary. But you can get, if you're a student, you can get Maya for free, about 3 years. And I think you can also get 3 years max. Yeah, you can, of course. If you're a student, you get it for free. Yeah, if you want to just learn how to use it for the sake of, knowing how to use it, you can just get it for free. and the software. But really, in terms of power, I think Blender might have pretty much the same thing. I think right now Blender is even a little bit more interesting for me to use than Maya. But anywho, it's not bad if you learn both. Okay, so I just want to adjust the vertex like I did with Blender, and I'm going to add a new material, which will then I'm gonna use the texture, but I'm gonna pick a material. These are the default materials that come with Maya. Use a Lambert and use a file, and that file will be the texture. Just gonna open where I saved my texture, and if you really want to see something really nice, you should watch this video to the end, because the end there's a really fun thing at the end. Okay, not yeah, fun, surprising. Okay, so yeah, it's just basically Maya. Nothing too fancy. It's powerful, but it's kind of like Blender anyway. So go to I want to add in a light, so I'll go to rendering and add in a area light. Just move that right there, and we hit that to render. And yeah, this is Arnold render, which is pretty much like cycles. Yeah, nothing really too fancy. It's just like cycles, if you ask me. Okay. So we have that. We just move that right there. And you see, that's just basically what we do. Probably want to increase the intensity of the light. And I think that's pretty much rounding up everything I'm doing in Maya, just to get a feel of how the software is. Okay. Alright then, I'll see you guys later then.
Welcome to IQ Robotic.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready to see the next big thing? Let's hear it for the new Gen 6!
It's cool. You love robots more than you...
Hello guys, what you just watched was made using Blender. Most of it was done with Blender, animation, and so much. I'm just gonna press play here.
Love me. What's that, honey?
All children must be accompanied by an adult. You're coming with me, young lady.
Nope. Whoa.
Hello. Maybe we could try and be friends.
You're gonna stay here tonight, aren't you, Momo?
I knew that. You judging me, bruh?
You being here is like the best thing that happened to me. Why would you put weapons in a robot?
Something terrible is about to happen.
Holy mother of toast!
7723 is our only hope.
We're floating just to feel alive.
There's way too much injustice in the world.
That's right guys, with Blender, unbelievable. And if we check the forum, Blender Artist, we see some discussions on the topic, rendered Blender cycles. That's pretty amazing. And we could just go along. It was made by Tangent Animation. They did an animation previously before this, but it wasn't that popular. But you know, it was nice. You know, they said use Blender and Avid, that's for video editing, and a lot of discussion here and there. It's growing pretty big. everyone is asking, is this blended, is it blended? And I think it's blended because I have a lot of information, at least that looks valid, that I should be able to confirm that this was made with Blender. And you can just check out the film out. You could check it out in Wikipedia, and a lot of things are going on, and just really exciting. And I heard that Netflix actually bought this show to the Western audience for about $30 million, and it's gonna be aired 7th of September, so that's something. And a lot. I think this guy said he's actually one of the guys who worked on the animation. So he said, yeah, Blender 100%, Cycles for rendering, and Substance Painter for some other stuff, Houdini, some other softwares. But it's basically just done with Blender. And this kind of stuff really isn't really that popular with Blender, and it's something I've been looking forward to a long time. I know Maya is what people use for feature film animation, but now I think Blender is still in the stage. Blender is just so fascinating. I would put a link in the description so you can check it out yourself. I do have a video of what happened last year. I'll play that.
And of course, he's coming from someone who actually developed the original Maya.
Yes.
So, Tanya was founded in 2014 with kind of the start of Aussie, which was kind of our first kind of major feature. And it'll release in Spain just on the 14th of October. This is going to be a third weekend in theaters, and it's been doing actually quite well in Spain.
I think it's in 6th spot right now.
Yeah, we're over, I think we did about 550 million euros last.
I think he said he's the one that was one of the developers of Maya, and they are now switching from Maya to Blender for the animations, and it's really amazing. You could check it out yourself. And I think in the questions below, comments, you could see a message from Pablo Vasquez. He said made with Blender, open source, and it's wonderful, So go check it out, and I'll see you guys later. Alright.
What would motivate Hand of Hope, Joyce Meyer Ministries World Missions, to tackle the largest problems of our time? To overcome any obstacle or distance to give hope to someone trapped in hopelessness. To look the impossible in the face and find every possible way to reach people who are considered unreachable. Or to go into the darkest and most neglected corners of the world to share God's light with the lost and hurting? Could it be because, as Joyce teaches, the rewards of helping people heavily outweigh the obstacles? When we invest in hurting people's lives, it is never a burden. It's the highest honor.